The Square Ball Podcast.
We are back with another pre-Christmas propaganda. It's Dan here with Michael and Chris Mack as we do our tour of the football fan channels. Michael will be our guide, our assistant, our muse, our leader.
Oh, not muse, that's weird. What I will be doing first, though, is talking to you about Levi Solicitors. Because
will you be getting yourself a commercial dispute for Christmas?
God, I hope not. That'd be terrible. I will.
Mm-hmm.
Could. Probably. Yeah, you probably don't want. It's not a gift, is it? Really? I suppose a legal dispute.
I've never really classed it as a gift. No.
But you know, if you're having one, you might as well get it sorted.
Yeah. A will, a probate, or a conveyancing.
A conveyance. If you want one of them doing, Levi Solicitors, 10% discount.
LeviSolicitors.co.uk/the square ball. Full terms and conditions on the website. You'll find those there. Yeah, if you're moving house in January, give them a waz. That's the sales pitch.
Good.
Right. On with the show. Michael, off we go.
Middlesbrough. We were happy after that, weren't we?
Oh, it feels so long ago.
Do you remember Bernie Slaven?
I do remember Bernie Slaven. Middlesbrough stalwart, I will say.
Yeah. Played a lot of games for him. I don't really remember him as a footballer. He was just kind of leaving Middlesbrough as I was getting into football. And I think Middlesbrough were championship nonsense as well.
He is about as grizzled championship bastard as you could possibly get, historically speaking.
Fair enough. So, yeah, the first thing that sprang to my mind when I saw his name was the picture I have on the sheet in front where he showed his ass in a department store window because Middlesbrough beat Man United.
Right.
But he's now doing YouTube from that, despite being a grizzled championship bastard.
Well, he's not bared his arse fully there, has he? He's got pants on under his kilt.
Yeah. Yeah, he has, actually. He's given himself a bit of a wedgie and written 3-2 on.
Do you want more?
Well, what I want is him to fulfil on his promise, Chris.
Full sheriff's badge.
Yeah.
He's not even splayed.
Which Burnley player was it who did do the splay that made it onto Twitter?
That was Keith Tracy. Tracy.
Tracy.
It looks like Tracy, but it's actually Tracy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and he famously did.
He was parted.
He revealed the full moon and the craters.
Yeah.
And then some.
But Bernie didn't.
No.
I wouldn't want to see him do it now either because he's knocking on a bit now.
Right, yeah. There'd be a sadness to seeing an old man's arse. What do you think?
I don't know. Have you got mirrors in your house, etc.? But yeah, he's doing. He's now got this YouTube channel. He's got loads of sponsors, and he's kind of constructed himself a little corner with all the sponsors in, like it's a sort of a very low budget post-game interview.
Galaxy Blinds.
He reads them all at the start, like 10 sponsors, and just reads them off. Really, not like me. Does it professionally?
We should think about this.
He just reads one after the other. Because thanks to the sponsors, then just lists 10 companies and cracks on. But I think we need some hair chat for Bernie as well.
It's been a while.
Because look at it. What's going on with that?
That's sort of it's like shredded wheat style.
There's a thatch. There's some additives. He needs to let it go.
And just turning my brightness up so I can really see it.
It's giving you a ghostly glow, that, Chris. From the video version, Chris is looking haunted by Bernie Slaven's hair.
What is it?
But he did used to have really good hair. If you look at old pictures of him, it was quite luscious, was his hair. So I think
is this how you feel?
No.
You used to have good curtains, though.
Yeah, for like a year, but you know, he was never part of my identity in the same way as I think it probably was for Bernie. Even when he's showing his ass in the window, you can see he's got a decent head of hair there. But I think you can get like these sort of iron filings that people shake on, and it adds a bit of body to it.
So yeah, I might start doing that, but it just looked like I've been down a mine shaft with ginger hair.
Start dyeing it.
Did you read his book, Strikingly Different, Golds, Glories and Inside Stories?
I did not.
Published in 1996. Well, there's a Christmas present idea.
Please don't buy me that if you're listening. I will not read. It'll go to the same place as the Uwe Rosler book that I bought, and then by the time I was going to read it, which sacked him anyway, so I just never bothered.
He genuinely did have a luscious mop of hair.
It was good hair, wasn't it?
It was good hair, was that? Yeah.
But anyway, let's get onto his clip because he was unhappy overall, which I was a little bit surprised at because I think most of us left going, decent team, Middlesbrough. Bernie, not happy.
And if the game lasted 97 minutes, we played for half an hour. They played for 67 minutes. I've no room here to sit and complain and say, oh, this should have happened. No, stop messing about the back. We're back in the game. It's one each. They're at home. Everybody in the main's behind them except the travelling Borough supporters who I heard again through my television. Don't give them any option. Clear the ball, push up. I know we're a footballing team. I love football. I was a football, I couldn't tackle a dinner. Didn't know much about defending. But I know against Leeds, who are a good team, we clear the danger and don't mess about in the wrong areas.
I didn't catch a word of that. I was thinking about Ray Houghton being a Scottish Irishman. Yeah.
But why? Just because you had a Scottish voice?
Scottish voice, but he played for Ireland. Oh, there you go.
Ian McGeady too.
Anyway, what was he saying?
They weren't happy. They only played for half an hour.
Yeah, whenever anyone says stop messing about with it at the back, you're like, oh, right, okay.
It's one of those. Well, people keep... I don't know if people...
Get it forward.
I don't know if people are aware that he hates this because people keep baiting him in the chat with this, and you'll hear a bit in the next clip. He's just generally upset about it.
Hi, Bernie. What happened there? Playing out from the back again. Stephen, don't even get me started. It's typical. I keep hearing national radio saying when Spurs play, oh, it's Spursy-like. Well, this is Borough-like. Bursy-like. We know we're going to mess about against the weaker teams, the teams that don't close you, harass you, and are quitting. You get away with it. Against Leeds, we get caught by our pants down 2 occasions. Leeds Christmas present early, horrendous, Bernie, Timmy Leach. Simon Milner says, TBF, Bernie. It was Hackney and Belazer. The passing was abysmal. The first half, some of the passing was brutal. I can't sit here and defend the indefensible. It was brutal. We couldn't pass the parcel. Yeah, not good enough. High pressurised games. The big guns, the big boys, the better players are meant to come to the fore. I didn't see anybody come to the fore tonight. Did you?
There's quite an echo to that room. I'm wondering, is he doing this in the bathroom? Is he sat on the toilet there? with sponsor boards around him.
It's possible just to hide the shower gels and stuff behind him.
Yeah.
could be conservatory maybe.
Right.
I've got slightly sidetracked and I'm looking at his Twitter page. He is also an artist.
Is he really?
He's a painter.
Definitely the same guy.
It's definitely the same guy, yeah. Animal lover, vegan, played a bit of footy and do a bit of art.
Oh, no. What sort of stuff's he doing?
He has
Landscapes?
painted Bob Marley, John Lennon. I can't tell whether it's Oscar Wilde or the guy from The Darkness. Malcolm X and Diego Maradona, looking like someone's painted Maradona over a picture of Jesus Christ.
He's got a podcast called Totally BS. I don't know if this is the same thing, but
it could be a podcast as well, I suppose. Yeah,
he's not bad for a guy who's played football his whole life. He's got more than just football going.
Oh, fair play to him.
Fair play to him.
where are we going next then on the tour? Are we done with Bernie? We're cooked with Bernie?
That's done with Bernie. Let's hear from a slightly happier Borough fan who was Project Borough on YouTube. So, yeah, he wasn't as upset.
Borough came away from the best team in the league, in the hardest fixture in the league, at the toughest place in the league, on the back of a 3-1 defeat. And listen, I'm not coming away from this game particularly surprised. I'm not coming away from this game particularly mad. I mean, yeah, I'm disappointed. My team's just lost 3-1. But this, for me, just kind of provided more evidence and clarity to something I already knew, and that was that Borough are a very good team. We're a very good playoff side. We're a top six side, and on our day we can beat absolutely anybody. But when it comes to the crunch against a really, really top side in this league, we're just not quite there. This was a Leeds team who, I'm going to be honest, were all right. They weren't at their swashbuckling best. I think especially second half, there was a prolonged period where the game was kind of in the balance, and had Borough been a bit more ruthless, a bit more clinical, a bit more incisive during certain periods, it could have been a different game. But that's the point. Borough would have had to have been absolutely perfect. The final ball at times had to be absolutely perfect, whereas Leeds didn't have to be perfect to beat Borough. They were passive for large parts of the game, but when it came to them big moments, they were able to be that little bit sharp, that little bit better, and that was proven in the second and third goals especially.
Before we get into that, I need to report some sad news. You remember that guy Phil Hay?
Oh, yeah.
I've just got his daft little newsletter from his silly website. Top story. Oh, Marcus Rashford this, Marcus Rashford that. Super League. Mudrick. And he's digging out Salt Bay as well, which is right on brand for Phil. But
That's fair enough. But
top story, Marcus.
he'll be eating with him soon enough. Where Phil's going.
So first we heard news of Phil. This was on the member show, I think, wasn't it? Of Phil dropping the U-bomb. He referred to them as United, and now it's Rashford this, Rashford that. Sickening the way that he's gone.
I did listen to
It's disappointing.
some Man United stuff. They were quite happy Rashford had been dropped. They were taking it as like, oh, Amarim's getting this all sorted. He's getting the players under control. This is the new start. They beat a really crisis-addled Man City team, and they've convinced they're good. They'll be shit again next week.
Right.
But it's nice. I've not got any clips of it because I don't particularly want to hear Man United fans being happy even fleetingly until it goes bad again. Then I'll get the clips to contrast.
Can we give Bernie Slavin a little bit more love? He said happy birthday to his friend Chris Hughton, and the picture that he used is Chris Hughton's Italian 90s sticker.
Oh, nice.
Which is like, that's a nice little touch of football culture there.
Beautiful. Anyway, Project Borough, fine. Yeah, no disagreements there.
Yeah, I'm sorry this isn't a bit more unhinged. I was hoping that that fat lad, AJT, whatever his name is, would be...
Oh, sorry, when you said that fat lad, I see Weston McKennie's on the sheet further down.
Oh, no.
Are we bothering with that?
You know, I don't know.
Is it last week's news?
Potentially.
Do you want to rage bait everyone? Anyway, sorry, go on.
Yeah, you know, the guy who was outside the West Stand saying...
He hit Leeds United.
Yeah, doing all that stuff. He's not done a vlog from this game.
Why not?
I guess because they lost.
Right.
And he was not wanting to say anything.
Okay.
But he might just not gone.
They lost that day too, though, did they not?
That's true, actually. Although that wasn't his channel. I think he was on someone else's channel that day, I think. Where he's now got his own thing going on. As has the Patrick Bamford man. But he also hasn't done anything. So all the Borough classics not available, sadly. Project Borough, though, in him I have found the first person who is actually praising Farke's use of subs.
Right.
Possibly the first person ever.
A reoccurring theme, which I don't want to talk about every week because it's a common theme every week. But I think, Michael Carrick's reactive, whatever the opposite of proactive is, how late he makes changes in games. I think sometimes he can get away with it. But today, 81 minutes before Borough made a change. Again, we're always second to make changes in games against the opposition. Even when teams are beating us, they make changes before we do. And it's not that we haven't got players on the bench who can affect the game, because we do. And maybe when the game was hanging in the balance at 1-1, we could have made a change to maybe force the issue and get our noses in front. But as I say, Leeds made changes in the 69th minute. Was it a coincidence they scored in a matter of minutes later? I don't think so. And again, it's just a sign of levels. Farke recognised that maybe they were a little bit flat, Leeds. The game was in the balance. They needed to get it back in their favour, turn the screw, use the bench, use the quality. They did that and they put the game away.
Or it got to the 70th minute.
I mean, yeah. It was slightly before, I think.
Yeah, it was 68 when it's 68. Yeah. But even still, yeah.
The Pero did make the difference, I think, with that assist.
And we've had loads of goals from the bench. That's the thing. Subs have been very, very active in our goal and chance creation and stuff like that. So maybe Farke does know what he's doing a bit.
Maybe a bit. Do you want to go Preston next, or do you want to have a little tour elsewhere?
I'll go to Preston. Are we going on the bus? Because the bus station is famously very architecturally striking.
It is. Let's go to a young lad who I suspect has gone with his dad. I don't think he's actually a Preston fan. D'Olivetor, however you want to say it. From YouTube. He's a young lad. He sounds dead enthusiastic. So you get a vibe of like the video at the start.
Today is our second visit this season to Deepdale. We are sat at the Sir Tom Finney stand with the Preston fans. Deepdale has been the home of Preston North End since they were formed in 1880 and has a current capacity of 23,400.
This is like a great school project.
It is, exactly.
I really like it.
But the nice bit is he doesn't really speak during the game. So you get, and he's looking at the pitch with the Leeds fans to his left, filling that whole end. So it's nice. He can kind of pick up the atmosphere. But this is the next clip I've got is the tackle that should have been a red. And it's very telling that you can only hear Leeds fans in this, because generally if a player goes down, you'll hear home fans kind of, like, get up, you bastard. Yeah. But actually, there's just that stony silence that falls over ground when everyone knows,
when you know
it's a red card or a penalty or something, and you just go, everyone goes,
because it takes a second for this. Oh shit! It's a second. He's been booked. Oh no, he's been booked. Oh, he's walking here. He's walking. And you know, don't you?
So this is purely for the silence from the home fans and the noise from the away end.
There is a real contrast there. There is a genuine silence there.
Yeah, it's just the noise is all coming from the Leeds end. There's nothing from Preston.
We haven't had any official apologies or useless statements yet about that, have we?
Nah, they'll probably do it privately. I think Farker he'll be asked about it in his press conference, won't he? And he'll say, "Oh yes, I've had an apology."
What will he say?
I had an apology from the referee, but it means fuck all to me. I said it's no use now. You're useless. Anyway. Preston North End Weekly next.
Right.
Then.
How often does that come out?
As often as they can get it out, I suppose.
Right.
Probably once a week. But I like these two. They were pleasingly sort of complimentary, but also with a bit of bitterness in, so it was good. But I will say they definitely enjoyed it and this fixture more than we do.
But they've done that to us a few times now, haven't they, Leeds? And it doesn't get any easier to see. I couldn't even look to my left at that away, and I imagine it went absolutely bananas. But yeah, so harsh on them players, really. But what a game!
Really enjoyed it. It's a bit cliche, but it's a proper contest. Real advert for Championship football. What a magical place Deepdale is when it comes alive like this. And it always
Preston should just play Leeds 23 times, and it'd just be good every time.
Oh, it's like fucking Hogwarts.
Please not.
So magical is Deepdale.
I don't want to see Leeds play Preston 23 times.
And it's not Hogwarts. It's a football stadium in the Championship. Grow up.
It was a great advert for bad refereeing, half-empty stadium, just
an own goal.
Crap lunchtime football. Yeah. Great advert.
So yeah, the Championship football.
Terrible goalkeeping. Yeah, good. But they do then.
I did enjoy the bitterness that you picked out there, by the way, where you just sort of said, I couldn't even look at the away end.
I couldn't look at it. There's more bitterness to come in between all this, but the talking is up in this bit, which is nice.
I absolutely love playing Leeds. They're an absolutely humongous club within the sort of top quintet clubs in the country for me. Massive football club, great support. Yeah, always a great occasion.
So all these people are saying about hating Leeds, they love us really, don't they?
Wait and see.
Oh, really?
It's not all love, but he is right. We are definitely, I'd say we're in the top.
The quintet?
Top 3, let's go. Let's improve it further.
Top 2?
Yes.
Who else are we having in there?
United, probably.
Right, which one?
Phil's United.
Everton.
Do you want some Melier chat?
Yeah, I'd love some.
And then comes the final pass that Heckingbottom spoke a lot about in the presser afterwards.
Yes, the final pass.
Yeah, and Potsy did the rest. He galloped and sliced it home-ish.
So cliche, but he hit the target, didn't he? And when you hit the target, there's always a chance of it going in the net, especially when Ilham Meslier is in net.
Yeah,
he does that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's got mistakes in him, as Meslier. And we know that from his previous Deepdale appearances. And he really also saved it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, they noticed. People have started noticing. He lets quite a bit in. Even Potsy can score, who's from Happy Days.
Yes. One for the kids.
Probably who that was. At the back post. But anyway, from Melier being crap, a bit about where they see Leeds as a team.
North End, as a rule, rise for these occasions. I'm not talking about occasions where you got Arsenal or others coming to Deepdale.
No, they can go to hell.
Yeah, it's a different game altogether. I mean, Leeds aren't of that level, but they're still a high-quality team who will no doubt go up. I mean, to imagine Leeds not going up is just insane. You'd be branded an idiot if I was to come on here and say that they won't go up, because they will.
Chris, is Michael Normanson an idiot?
We will no doubt go up.
No doubt. That's a bold claim.
That's bolder than I've heard any Leeds fan.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone keeps telling us that we will. So we might.
Yeah, but they're not us, are they? They've not seen what we've seen.
Yeah. I was thinking when he was saying about clubs like Arsenal coming, it's going, when would Arsenal have been? They played them at the end of October.
Right.
Yeah. They lost 3-0.
One of the other quintet, presumably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. They might be in there.
Although diminished by leaving Highbury.
Yeah.
To my eyes. I've never seen them as the same club since then.
Right.
For some reason. Just because I'm old.
Where else do they take us? Where are you taking us?
Let's hear them talking about that refereeing decision.
And then I'm just absolutely stunned that when the referee gives that free kick, he doesn't send him off, really.
Yeah.
But I just think 9 times out of 10, or especially with VAR, you're going to go, aren't you? I don't really know how he's justified giving that. Not that I want the captain to be sent off, but if it was the other way around, you'd be pretty fuming, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But,
head scratcher. When you give the free kick, you give yourself no choice but to send him off.
Yeah.
Your choice in that moment is to wave play on as if nothing's happened, or you give free kick and whiz him. Because once you give a free kick for the follow through, which it is, because he wins the ball, but it's that afters, which he does quite a bit, Whiteman. He's a bit messy in his slide tackles.
He goes in hard.
Yeah, he does, but he tends to go high after the collision with the ball, contact with the ball, which is concerning because you just don't get away with it nowadays, albeit he did on Saturday. Yeah, look, it's a shocker. It's a second yellow all day.
I had not thought about it like that. That as soon as he's given the foul there, he has to give the yellow card almost. Yeah, that's an interesting bit of perception by the lads.
Even Heckingbottom said that he thought it should have been a second yellow and therefore a red card after the game.
We dealt extensively with the crimes of John Busby on yesterday's update show.
So the thing was, he was start of the tackle, he was whip ball, wasn't he? But then by the end of the tackle, he's way out ball and he's whip man's leg.
Right.
So you have to go. It's the rules, isn't it?
It reminded me of Calvin Phillips against Forest. It was like New Year's Day in the Bielsa season. This was maybe slightly more reckless, but that was a straight red card and there was no hesitation whatsoever. So
it'll be interesting to see if this Busby character shows up again in one of our games later in the season, and if he gives us something really, really soft when he tries to make up for it.
I don't think we'll be the beneficiary of it. Do you
think he'll double down?
No, he'll send someone else off in the period in the middle. Next week he'll be in charge in League 2 and he'll just fire a red out for someone who's slightly annoyed him because he'd be like, "You've got to clamp down on this."
Got told off by the headmaster.
Exactly. So he's going to show who's boss and send someone off for nothing, but we'll get no benefit from it.
Right. They do have bitterness in them, though. This is what.
Yeah, because that was all quite.
This is what we're here for.
That was all quite reasonable, wasn't it? But what you're in football for is like long-standing grudges and bitterness. So here's a bit of that.
It's hard to feel sorry for those guys when they're bringing the players on. They did in the second half. They had about 7 forwards, so yeah, I'm sure it's no consolation to them. But I mean, they just kept coming, didn't they? The forwards. I know they've stole enough players off us over the years, haven't they?
Yeah. I'll give a toss. Wasn't as bad a tackle as what Sean Derry performed on Brett Omri in 2006, was it? So, on your way, lads.
Was it Derry? Yeah. Was it not Douglas?
I thought it was Sean Derry.
It might well be. I know Douglas has done a bad one. Might have been on somebody else.
I've got to doff my cap to that.
I think it was Douglas.
Just the 18 years.
From the...
I was 10.
Yeah, I think Douglas is the one that sprang to my mind when they said it. When I went, yeah, I think it was Douglas.
Yeah, I think it was Douglas. But I'm glad that they're going back to it because,
that's what football's about.
Why not? Yeah. I'm still annoyed about Billy Davies from that period. So he could fuck off too.
Said before, Gordon Watson's dive, 91-92, Sheffield Wednesday away. Still not forgiving him.
Anniversary of Paris 75 coming up.
Yeah.
Look forward to complaining about that again.
Relentlessly.
Way before any of us were born. Let's finish on them talking about then our goal and a bit more praise for Leeds United.
It just takes an unlucky ricochet off Watmore, albeit I've not watched it back, because why the hell would you want to go and do that? But a deflection which it's a slow death really when you're watching the stands and you're just willing you home for 2 more minutes to pass and it feels an eternity away. and it so slowly just rolls home. It's a horrible feeling. And then you've got the delay before the roar comes
from the cop,
from the away end, where it's only you and the rest of the North End supporters who know that they've scored, and then the roar comes and all that type of thing. Horrible,
yeah.
But yeah,
just the latest in the list against Leeds, innit? They've landed a few sucker punches to us over the years, but we often go toe to toe with them, and I like seeing that.
We do, and I mean we've given as good as we've got against them in sort of recent history as well. So yeah, it's always a great occasion when they come. Love it. I love going there. Great club, massive club.
Agreed. There'll be a miss when they inevitably go up, and we've got a long trip to Southampton.
Inevitably. Do you know what? I really like the cut of their jib. I like the bitterness. I like how nice they are about Leeds, really, because they know begrudgingly that we're gigantic.
They are right, like in the sense that every time we play Preston, they seem to kick the legs off us. They used to have Ben Pearson, just a walking yellow card. And then, like, I remember, even in the League Cup, I remember they had a guy sent off for like a 2-footed tackle after about 20 minutes. They're all right. They're just hoofers and hatchet men, basically.
Yeah, but I quite like them, I have to say, as a joke. Because often with these things, I'm listening at double speed and flipping and going, oh, fucking hell, what are they talking about here? Yeah. This one, I actually listened to the whole thing and I was like, oh, good, enjoyable.
Yeah. I really warmed to them. Yeah.
I won't listen next week, obviously, because they won't be talking about Leeds, unless they still are, because we are such a good team and that. Unless we're not. Anyway, we're inevitably going up.
Inevitably Southampton are coming down.
Inevitably coming down. So let's go to Matchday Vlogs, who we've heard from before. So we've got a clip of them pre-game. They're in the stand recording all this, the two of them. They're not expecting much, I wouldn't say, but they are also, that pre-game bargaining bit where you're going, oh, well, what if X, Y, and Z?
If this happens and this happens,
Maybe.
The stars align. Yeah. Right, okay.
But looking at the Spurs lineup, aside from their front lineup, with Kulusevski, Son, Maddison, kind of feels like they're slightly weakened, doesn't it?
I mean, you look at that back line and you think, this is a team that we should be able to score against. You look at Archie Gray, there are goals in this game. It's just whether we can take advantage of it. Now, obviously, Russ is talking this bit on the week about going for the jugular and training for that. Great. But it's, can we actually put it into effect?
There are goals in this game.
Dear listener, they could not put it into effect.
No, but they were right about the goals in the game.
To be fair, they did have Jed Spence at right back and Archie Gray at centre back, which is pretty mad.
Yeah. I didn't realise Russell Martin had been talking about going for the jugular in the during the week.
Did he mean his own?
Yeah, it's very much a self-own with that. What were they? A goal down within about a minute, 2 goals down within
about 37 seconds, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah.
Their starting 11 was absolutely desperate.
Then
Jan Bednarek turns like a sea cat. Ryan Manning at left back. Flynn Downs, Joe Aribo,
Playoff final was good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, well, they got to do this now instead. So this is what the first half sounded like. I've condensed this into roughly 2 minutes. You can kind of follow the goals and the aftermath of each of them. It's quite an enjoyable ride.
It's not ugly, this is the absolute truth.
We are 3-0 down.
Everyone's bucketing out, and I'll be honest, I'm thinking of leaving at half time. If it's this,
It's mental.
maddest thing is, mate, not only is it the end for Ross, this is actually the Premier season. That's a done. It's Championship next season.
It's half time. I wish it was full time. I wish we never even came. It's currently Southampton 0, Tottenham 5.
Did you know I looked back through our Square Ball bookmarks on Twitter yesterday because I kind of, it was a Southampton one that appeared somewhere in the timeline, the algorithm, and we've got it bookmarked. Just keeping the powder dry on this one. It was the evening playlist of the day of the playoff final. It was them crowing about beating us. Yeah. So,
which, you know, they're entitled to do.
No, absolutely. But we're entitled to bookmark it and throw it back in their faces when we inevitably go up and they inevitably come down.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did act, a lot of them acted like pricks coming out of Wembley, though.
Did they?
Yeah.
I thought they were barely
very
happy.
sheepish, the ones I saw.
I was walking out of the ground and there was a big sort of blockage on Wembley Way, so took a left, went round the back of some shops, and there was just like, oh, it's fun. And I look around, they're all just sitting on their phones. It's like, that's either act like you're enjoying it, or just shut up. Don't do something in the in between. Like they just,
yeah.
See, on Wembley, I suppose it's because I was leaving and they were collecting a trophy or whatever you do when you win a final. I don't know. I've never really seen that bit of it in any great detail.
Don't know what happens there.
I assume there's like some sort of a thing where players walk around and celebrate and stuff, but you know, whatever. But the Southampton,
I've never been there to witness it.
The Southampton, I've seen it on telly once or twice. Rocking all over the world and stuff gets played on it.
Too loud, dreadful.
But yeah, when I was leaving, that was all going on. So I think the Southampton fans in the main bit of crowd were aware they were amongst a lot of Leeds fans. So we're just like head down, bit like good game, lads.
But why have you left?
Yeah, that was weird.
Your team are inside lifting a trophy. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't want to be spotted in the same building as Rishi Sunak.
But I remember like the Watford playoff final in Cardiff that we obviously just mooched straight back to the train station and sat in miserable silence until the train came. And the Watford fans were on the opposite platform, just not asked.
No.
If Leeds, if and when we go up, I want us to destroy something.
What are you aiming for?
London, Cardiff, Leeds.
Wembley would have been a good shout because rebuild it again.
Yeah.
Put it back how it was.
Right. Make it smell more of piss, like it used to.
Downgrade those facilities. Put some posts up, something. Make it, sight lines are too good.
Asbestos back in the roof.
Damn right.
Good stuff.
Although, you know, Southampton did sort of walk over us 3 times last season. And look how bad they look in the Premier League.
Yeah, it's just that they're a bit... I think Russell Martin is just Farke's kryptonite for whatever reason. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're better than us. They're just better than us on the day, tactically.
But the kryptonite, there's only supposed to be one source of kryptonite.
Yeah.
Farke has a few kryptonites.
True.
You know what I mean? So I think, although I would be confident that if we did go up, we would have a much better starting 11 than a team with Alex McCarthy in it.
They've not invested properly, have they, in that team? It doesn't look like. The guy, and I can't remember, is he called Suleiman? The guy that...
Yeah,
Suleimana, yeah. Because he was the guy that came into the team and they were like, oh, I'm surprised to see him in the team. Then he got hooked after about fucking 6 minutes, didn't he? They were like, oh shit, get a defender on instead.
When they were presumably 5 down. Anyway, that's them. We won't see them soon because we're inevitably going up. They're inevitably coming down.
That's true.
Pass you on the way up. All that.
And all that, indeed. Very quick clip from that Cardiff City fan.
Oh, the Cardiff sweary youth. Is he all right?
Not swearing. He's done one of his non-league vlogs this week,
right?
Which are because he's not as invested, he doesn't really get swearing in them. It's a good level though. It's like proper, like big. There's always a big fat ref, a couple of fat keepers, a couple of big like plodders booting people. It's always pretty good. But this is just the end of it. First of all, is this the start of him massively going off the rails? And he also gives us a little something to look forward to next week.
I'm not gonna lie, it's 11 o'clock at night. I've just been to a party and I've only just realised shit happened in the outro. So, thank you guys for watching. It was 5-3 to Lansford Valdra, quite an entertaining game. Don't know what more to say, to be honest. Hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. Make sure you do like and subscribe. I'll see you for Sheffield United at home next week. So, goodbye.
Is he leathered?
He wandering back from the pub?
What's he doing at 11 p.m? That's past my bedtime. I've tried to be home by 11 now.
Fair play to him.
11, just been out, haven't I?
Just been out with the lads.
I do really like the concept of he has this dedicated Cardiff channel, but whenever he doesn't go to the Cardiff game, I'm assuming he doesn't go to Stoke, he goes and does a non-league game instead. It's a good concept, and it's good to actually expose some non-league football.
I was going to say it's better than what we used to do when we were teenagers, which was just sort of roaming the streets and that kind of thing. Probably getting leathered.
I used to quite often go to watch Ossett Town or Albion when Leeds were away in the days when you couldn't fire stick it.
Right. It does worry me a little bit though that you see what happens with just about every child star goes off the railings. Off the railings? Off the railings, yes. Off the railings. Off the rails. Railings, yes.
All the railings?
Yeah, all of them.
Dangerous railings.
It's because I was thinking about Macaulay Culkin and I confused the word Culkin with rails and I said railings.
Oh, okay.
Right. Because I was going to say it happened to Macaulay Culkin after Home Alone, didn't it? Obviously, that's on TV a lot this time of year. He didn't have a good time after he became so famous so young. Maybe that's the path that the Cardiff City fans on.
Maybe so. He's all right. Yeah, he's all right.
Rehab within 12 months?
He'll be on that. I can't wait to see him at Ellen Road after he's had a 5-hour bus trip. He's going to have had 8 cans on that bus as a minimum. Turning up sick everywhere.
Right. Have we got anything else?
Let's finish on a bit of Arsenal because they drew 0-0 with Everton.
It's a while since we've had any Arsenal fan TV.
Well, they've been quite.
Have they gone normal?
Normal, but I feel like this 0-0 draw and the run of results and the fact they've had to see Man City completely fall to pieces and they're still not top of the league because that's basically what they've been waiting for.
Talking about sources of kryptonite, Man City in many ways were their kryptonite.
Yeah, it was like we just can't get above Man City. Now Man City are nowhere, still can't get to the top of the league, and it's killing him.
And I'll tell you something else. Mikel coming out and saying, I don't expect us to be busy in January, right? Well, in December, this club's fucking busy, Robbie, isn't it? Putting out merchandise every week for all us fans to go and buy over Christmas, and then come January, we ain't going to be busy. When you see what you see out there today, and it ain't about today, it's about all other games. I've seen this at Newcastle this season. I've seen it against Brighton. It's going on and on and on. There's no improvement. And listen, people like Yarman and everything like that, the Mikel people that are going to go there is no defence when they say get rid of the manager when you see that today. Now, I'm still going to back him and all that, but I don't think he should be sacked. But at the end of the day, you've got to be a question now. And the most pathetic one is at the end of it is when people go, who are we going to get in? Who we go? Well, let's keep a manager.
I did actually ask that. No, who would we get in? Because
it doesn't matter.
No, he was asking.
Why are you saying that?
Because I want to know.
Well, at the end of the day,
because to me,
there's no other managers out there.
Well, there is, but I just wanted to know who.
I'm a big Mikel fan. He is not in the league of an Arsene Wenger. He's not in the league of a Pep. He's not in the league of a Klopp, and they've all been replaced.
Dear listener and viewer, Arsenal are third in the Premier League table, 6 points off the top.
What? Very angry.
They shouldn't. What they should not be doing is they should withdraw all their merchandise until they're top of the league.
If you are in the market for any Christmas merchandise, by the way,
be quick.
Order it very quickly from us. If you get it in by Thursday night, very early Friday.
That's in the UK, by the way.
If you're abroad,
you're fucked.
You have to get on a flight. You have to get on a flight and beg me to bring some to the airport or something.
Right.
But yeah, if you're in the UK, I'll post it to you instead. Yeah. That seems more straightforward.
Will you make them come through passport control, or will you?
I think if you throw in products between security lines, they're probably going to. It's probably a one-way ticket to getting yourself shot in an airport. So yeah. I'm just not going to do that. Right. as a rule.
Just meet me outside the terminal. I've left the box just there outside on the pavement.
Exactly.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. What's the worst that could happen? But yeah, do order soon if you want some stuff. Shirts, mugs, Tanaka mugs are in. As I record this, they might be gone soon. Still got some calendars in. What else do we have? Not Tanaka exactly, but the Japanese logo square ball shirts. You've seen people wear them on this pod many a time.
If you have already,
they're back in.
Sorry,
they're back in stock.
I thought you said bareback in.
No,
I was going to say if you have bought something already, by the way, Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. That was all.
And
it's like keeping this whole silly enterprise.
Do be safe
going.
this Christmas.
If you buy enough merch, maybe we'll buy a player in January.
Well, being safe this Christmas is the antidote to lots of September babies, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's how that happens.
I guess so. Although if you're trying to time it for school years,
it's it's a strong hand to play, isn't it?
Advisable, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's up to you, really. Chris, any plans?
If you want to have a Christmas fumble that time of year, no?
Me and Dan are out of the game. Why not?
What's really not doing it for me is for the last 2 minutes, I've had Martin Keown on my screen.
Oh, yeah, that.
And he's dressed like a contract killer in a James Bond movie. He's got like a grey suit and a turtleneck on.
Yeah.
I hate Martin Keown in that turtleneck. He wears it quite often.
Right.
He's a man who needs to shave his head too. It's really, really gone, hasn't it? He's trying to he's doing the fuzzing up thing. It's gone. It's gone. Someone needs to put an arm around him.
Yeah. Just say, look, it's time.
Just point him to an aerial shot of himself and go, look, Martin, that's your scalp.
Yeah.
Time to say goodbye.
I think we should definitely look ahead to next Christmas and get some sort of hair product line in. We talk about it enough.
Get some wigs.
Maybe it's time, yeah. Have you seen this? I don't know if you've been getting served lots of this, but that Bald Bro stuff.
Oh,
There's
no.
a new product line for baldmen.
Oh, no, not seen it.
Yeah, it's like
weird.
moisturisers for baldmen.
Yeah.
Presumably it's like moisturisers for everybody.
I
But
do use a moisturiser on my bald head.
Yeah.
But it's just a standard one.
Yeah. What kind of moisturiser?
Is
it Nivea?
No, it's one of the green Vaseline intensive care ones. It's got a pump on top.
Right.
Slap, slap, slap. There we go.
Circular motion.
Sort of rub it all over.
Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thanks for everything. And we'll be back some more stuff before Christmas.
Yeah.
We are going to be doing nothing but match balls for the Christmas break, by the way.
Yeah.
Just a bit of time off, see family and that. Stare into the void.
I'm probably just coming here by myself, to be honest.
Just come and sit here and have a chat.
Christmas Day.
Oh, I'm going to do some pods.
Just coming to watch Christmas TV here.
Been checking the feed. Nothing new gone out.
You haven't done any shows, Michael, not for weeks now.
Just come on talking about Die Hard.
Right, anyway, we will wrap it up there and we will speak to you in a bit. See you soon.
The Square Ball Podcast.